Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday. That's it. That's all I'm singing. Happy Monday, my friends. I'll need to get some hot water while y'all come in and join me for brekkie. Actually, it's not brekkie at all. It's lunchy. All right, hold on. I'm coming. Gotta get some hot water going. Hello. If you're watching, say hey. I'm going to make some soup this morning to get me through the week. Took me a bit to... just busted my string. Hey, Ruth. Good morning, Shirley Moore. Hey, Melissa. Hey, Bonnie.
Hi, Dassy.
He smells food. The whole house stinks right now because I just made cabbage in my pressure cooker. My husband is going to be like, what is this smell? When he gets up, I can hear it. What is it smell? Yeah, I agree. It stinks. Hey, Sheila. Hey, Susan. Hey, Meredith. Oh, my goodness. All right, my friends. So if you're watching, I would love if you would share this video. Or at least like it, but I would love it if you would share it. If you're on YouTube, please hit the like and subscribe button. Smash that subscribe button. I hate it when people say that. It's so annoying. I don't know why. All right, I'm going to make a weird soup this morning. Y'all, Trimmy bisques are so nourishing. Let me get my hot water and get my tea going. You're like, tea? I thought you were making soup. Well, as a matter of fact, I am. I'm making a tea soup. I'll tell you more in a moment. Noah says, why hello, Meredith. Kind of does look like Holy Healthy at a glance. It's why hello. So Trimmy bisques, if you are if you have Trim Healthy table, this one's goo morning to you too, Mary Malone. It's a goo morning. That's what her comment says. Goo morning. Trim Healthy table. There's a section on page 162 that is for Trimmy bisques. Trimmy bisques. If you've had a THM Trimmy, a Trimmy bisque is the same idea. It is full of super fats. It's full of a hygroscopic, which is a hygroscopic protein attracts water and soaks it up. So gelatin, you picture gelatin when you put water in your gelatin and it soaks it up and the water disappears and it's all in your thick gelatin. That's hygroscopic. Okay. So a Trimmy bisque has a hygroscopic protein and it has a superfood fat and it has sunflower lecithin. Those things are the core of a Trimmy bisque. They are nourishing to your body. They are healing. They are hearty. And a lot of them, there's S's, E's, and they're all, you look them up in the book and you go, I can't make this soup. There's 371 ingredients. They seem like a lot, but when you jump in and make them, they're not nearly as difficult as you think they are. They are so much simpler to make. I mean, I'm looking at the peanut satay Trimmy bisque. I've never made that one. I bet that one's good. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 ingredients. Sounds like a lot. Sounds like a whole afternoon in the kitchen. But when you start making them, they're really, really simple. The most difficult part is it's mostly seasonings and putting them in a blender and blending them. So the one I'm making this morning is one that I made because it was on a Fuel Cycle menu one time and I decided to give it a try and I was like, this is weird. This soup is weird. It's called Peasant's Garden Trimmy Bisque. I always call it Peasant Trimmy Bisque because I forget that it's about the peasant's garden and I think it's just a soup for peasants. So I call it peasant soup. It's dirt cheap to make because the main ingredient is cabbage. And when I look at the recipe, I'm like, That'd be nasty. When you look at the ingredients and you think this is boiled pureed cabbage, are you for real, Pearl and Serene? You guys, this soup is so weird and so utterly delicious. I can't even describe to you how yummy this soup is. So, you thought the peasant soup was gross, Nikki? Oh, you mean you thought gross when you were, but did you have it? Did you actually eat it? Did you like it? Or did you think it was gross? I absolutely love the soup. It's hideous. The color is horrifying. It's like a weird baby poop looking soup. I'm just going to say it. It's weird, but it is so good, y'all. So I can't share exactly. Yeah. Okay, Nikki. At first, when you taste it, it's kind of like, I don't know how I feel about this. And then you take another bite and you're like, okay. And then by the fifth bite, you're like, I never want to eat anything else as long as I live. It's so cozy and comforting and yummy. And it is ridiculously nourishing, you guys. Okay. It is so good. So, one of the ingredients in this soup that's optional is chamomile tea. Chamomile tea. I don't have any, so I'm going to use oolong because that's what I put in it is oolong because I never have chamomile. I'm not a tea drinker, and to have to go buy a box of chamomile just to make a soup means I'd have a box of chamomile for 4.5 years, and then I'd pull it out and go, this is expired in 1991, and I'd end up throwing it away. So I'm just going to use oolong because I do keep oolong in the house for the no bake cheesecake bites. I use it for the soup and for the shrinker. So I have multiple uses for oolong, and that is why I use oolong in this soup. So I've already pressure cooked my veggies because I didn't want to be on camera for 25 minutes staring at a boiling pot of cabbage. Because as much as I like to talk and as much as I can carry on a one-way conversation at the camera, staring at a boiling pot of cabbage for 20 minutes gets a little awkward. So, all right. I went ahead and pressure cooked it though because it's quicker. So this has got a head of cabbage. This calls for, I'm going to tell you a little bit of the ingredients, not all of them, because this is Pearl and Serene's recipe. And if you want it, you need to get the book, okay, or the THM membership. This is called Peasant Garden Trimmy Bisque Meredith. It's on page 174 of Trim Healthy Table. So it's a head of cabbage. It calls for either one large head of cabbage or a small head. Either one large head, two small heads, I don't know, one large head or 1.5 small heads. Or what I did was one small head and one bag of shredded cabbage that I had bought that was open and was ready to be used. It was begging to be used. So it's got that, and it's got 10 cloves. This is why my husband is going to get out and go, what is that smell? What is that smell? He's going to say that it smells like when you go to somebody's apartment building and everybody is cooking dinner and there's all these weird smells combined in one area. It smells like that plus crap. That's what he's going to say. I can guarantee it's what he says all the time. Okay. Smells like, that's what he's going to say. Because it's cabbage, and cabbage is not the best smell in the world. But if you can handle cabbage smell, this is cabbage, 10 cloves of garlic, and a whole onion. I just chopped them roughly, threw in some water, and pressure cooked it. You can boil it. Pressure cooking is quicker. So now I'm going to make the rest of the soup. It takes a couple of goes in the blender because it's a lot of soup. Right, Nikki? He's not lying. It's pretty accurate description. It may take a couple of zings up in the blender because it's a lot of soup. I have to do it in a couple of batches. But if you go ahead and blend this and your blender is like it's chugging and it's just not getting all the chunks of cabbage out, don't worry about it. You ain't going to die. It's still delicious. It's just chunkier. Eat it anyway. Rebecca, I have digestive enzymes. Digestive enzymes are what, and constant apple cider vinegar every day is what got me off my reflux medications. Because the thing about Nobody stopped their reflux. This is not medical advice. What I found out is that long-term use of certain reflux medications can actually do damage that causes reflux. So it took me some time to get out of that. Hey, Trace. Hey, Connie. It took me some time. Hey, Betty. All right. So here's my tea. I got my tea. My oolong has simmered long enough. I don't want it too crazy oolong-y. And the thing about, yeah, that's hot. The thing about these oolong bags, this stuff has got some oomph in it. I'm going to leave it right there and add water to it later and rebrew it, and it will do fine for a shrinker. So I'll get double the use out of those oolong bags. So then you take your tea. Let me see. I got to read the instructions. I got to blend all my veggies. And then I'm going to add the rest of these. Wait, I got to remember. Do I blend all of these? Blend all your veggies. Okay, yes. So I like to use this Pampered Chef scooper because it's got this little strainer thing on the side. So I'm going to scoop out all of my veggies. And I'm going to blend them. All of my garlic. 10 cloves of garlic. A whole... Listen, there is no vampires coming to this house. This is a Peasant Garden Trimmy Bisque, Terry. This is such a, oh my gosh, such a comforting soup. So it sometimes takes a couple of batches. I may have put a little bit too much in there. We're going to try it. Don't explode, Brenda. Listen, we don't need a replay of that. I know that's why you're all watching. You hope I'm going to explode something. This is so easy to blend because it's cooked to death in the pressure cooker. All right, let me get a big bowl. My biggest bowl is dirty, or not dirty, but it has food in it. So I'm going to kind of go back and forth between a couple of bowls. I'm looking right now, Becky. I feel like if you use the cottage cheese, no, there's cottage cheese in this, but it's optional. Everything else is Deep S compliant. This is a fuel pull. So they're so easy, Eiley, and they're so, so good. Okay, so here's my first batch. See, I told you it was ugly. It's all right. It's all right. So I'm going to blend the rest of my veggies. I don't remember if I use the rest of this liquid. Yeah, I think I do. I can't remember. I'm just going to do it. Ugh. See, don't burn yourself. Cabbage is so cheap, you guys. That head of cabbage was like 46 cents. Sometimes it's a little more. Sometimes it's even less. If you're looking for a budget-friendly meal that feeds a big family, it's this. And this is so good. This is a fuel pull, and it's so good with some sprouted toast or to make it an E. It's so good with toast. I love it with sprouted toast. All right, I want to get as much of this out because I prefer it chunkless. It's the word of the day. Chunkless. There's only a few little bits of soft cabbage in there now. The main thing I want to get out is all those garlic cloves. I don't want one whole garlic clove in my mouth at once. That would be a bit much. All right. Woo, hello. Let me blend up the rest of that real quick. Yes, Becky, absolutely. You can save it. Yes, the cheesy no cheese soup. Tracy, I love that one. That one is another really good one. So good. Be careful blending hot stuff in your blender. Some blenders are not created for it, and it's not, so be careful. Nikki. She clicked on my video and it went to an ad of a bison giving birth. Why not, right? You never know what you're going to say on face space. All right. So now that we've blended our veggies, this is where we are going to take, so this has got my tea and my veggies. I got to remember. Okay, so I did it a little wrong. There's a shocker. I was supposed to put, it doesn't matter. The whole point of this soup is everything gets blended together. I was supposed to put my tea and my veggies together, half of my veggies in with all these seasonings to blend, but honestly, it doesn't matter. It all ends up blended together. So I just need some of this to mix everything else. Now, this is where we're going to add all the rest of the ingredients, if I remember right. Yep. Everything else goes in here. So my cabbage had the salt. So this has got, all right, nooch. This has got some nutritional yeast. Lots of good stuff in it for you. Lots of folate. Good. Good for you. This has got Parmesan cheese. If you can't do dairy, leave this out. It's perfectly fine. It's not going to hurt a thing. Doesn't have a ton, but it's just enough to give this kind of a bit of a cheesy vibe. Doesn't taste super cheesy, but just a bit of a cheesy vibe. It's got some ACV. I know, sounds weird. You're like, what? ACV and cheese. I don't know how I feel about this. Trust me, it's delicious. It's got some seasonings. Some seasonings that some people like and some people hate. If you don't like the seasonings they call for in a recipe, do you know what to do? Don't go find a different recipe. Change it. Put something different. If you're like, ew, I don't like rosemary or whatever, put something different in it then. It's your soup. Don't skip over a recipe simply because it has something you hate in it. Plus, you may find out you love it. But if you're like, oh, I can't do that, then do something different. You'll be fine. Recipes are totally a suggestion. No, I haven't had breakfast yet, Nikki. I need to, though. I haven't yet. I haven't. I wanted a cottage cheese bowl, but I'm about to use the last of my cottage cheese in this. So this has some glucose in it. So this also has tons of good fiber for your gut. Glucose is so good for your blood sugar. Listen, if you're diabetic, you should be getting glucose every single day. You should either be having glucose pudding at night before bed to stabilize your blood sugar overnight, or you should be drinking some glucose and some water. You should be getting glucose every single day if you're diabetic. It is so good for you. This calls for ghee. I just straight up cannot stand ghee, you guys. I hate it. So I use coconut oil instead. And I use a dirty spoon that has pepper on it. So when I put it in my coconut oil, I get pepper all through my coconut oil. Don't do as I do as I say. You should get at least half a teaspoon of glucose every day if you're diabetic, Nikki, at least. Gelatin. So here's my Trimmy ingredients. Superfood. Ghee to me has just got kind of too strong of a flavor of, I don't know what it is. I'm not a big fan of ghee. So a Trimmy Bisque has, like I said, a hygroscopic, which is this. So here's my hygroscopic. This is gelatin. So this is going in. How much? Did I do the right amount? Oh, no, I didn't do the right amount. Okay. 6 teaspoons, 2 tablespoons. So there's my hygroscopic. Then yes, you make some glucose pudding, Nikki. Get some glucose every single day. It is so good for your blood sugar. My superfood fat is my Hygroscopic. It's a protein that attracts water, Tracy. So you think of gelatin, how you put it in water and it sucks all the liquid up. That's a hygroscopic. My superfood fat is my coconut oil. My hygroscopic is my gelatin. And then sunflower lecithin is something you put in every Trimmy. It's the one of the critical parts of a Trimmy. Trimmy coffee, Trimmy Bisque, all Trimmies. So this has calls for a quarter teaspoon, but I put closer to a whole teaspoon because my brain needs some extra food and it's good for my brain. All right, so that is all of my seasonings and it is my Trimmy ingredients. And now I can blend it and add my proteins. So this calls for a couple of options for protein. You can use chicken, you can use anything. Whey protein, you could use Creamy Dreamy, you could use extra collagen, you could use whatever you want. I like the cottage cheese in it. It calls for 2 cups. I only have a cup. So I just got cottage cheese in my hair. So I'm going to add the rest of my cottage cheese, plus I'm going to add chicken. So I'm going to have lots of yummy protein. And I like the chicken in it because it gives it some texture. So if you're using cottage cheese, just dump it right in your blender and we're going to blend it up. And then I'm just going to mix everything I have together and it will be done. It's that easy. Tell me that's that hard. The hardest part was pressure cooking the veggies. I'm going to let that blend really, really good for a minute with the Glucki. Eiley, this is the Peasant Garden Trimmy Bisque from page 174 of Trim Healthy Table. I did 10 minutes, Sherry, on high pressure. 10 minutes on high is all you need. All right, I don't know if this will all fit in this one bowl. I may have to switch it back over to my, oh, that smell is so good. The smell. You guys, it's the rosemary in this. If you don't like rosemary because it tastes like, or it feels like pine needles in your mouth, it's okay to use I use rosemary leaves, but I'm blending them up. So it's fine. Oh my gosh, you guys. At this point, you can like re-blend everything all together, but I'm just going to stir it. It's fine. It's perfectly fine. I think I'm going to have this for breakfast. Why not? Ain't nobody saying I can't. I can re-blend it, like I said, to really incorporate all of this. Holy, stop it. And I may because it's taken a little bit to blend together. Come on. The hardest part about a Trimmy Bisque to me is they're big. So when they're ones that you have to blend together, they take time to, like, you have to, if you don't have a really big bowl or a really big pot, because you have to do this in batches to get it to really incorporate. But see, now I don't need to reblend that. Look. So this is what it looks like. You guys, this is, oh my word. It's the rosemary that makes it. So you can swap it out for something different if you don't like rosemary. But like I said, I'm blending it so I'm not getting the needles of the rosemary. You know, because rosemary leaves are like this. And nobody wants to eat a pine needle. Even Mainers. I don't know, Nikki. Nikki just said, Mainers don't mind pine needles in their food. And I said, even Mainers don't like pine needles in their food. I gotta taste it. I'm gonna use this to taste it. Because why would I use a spoon when I can drink from this? Oh my gosh, you guys. That is ridiculously good. I think it needs a touch of salt because I cooked my cabbage, garlic, and onion and salt in here. And I got a little bit of broth left over that I'm not going to use. So I'm just going to add a little sauce. Yes, I just licked that. It's okay. I'm the only one eating this soup. It doesn't matter. Nikki was thinking, yeah, I was going to come over for lunch and eat some of that soup, and now you just put your licked thing in there. Now I don't want to come. She'd come anyway if I invited her to come eat my soup, but I'm not going to because I like the soup. It's all for me. All right. So here's the last ingredient that I'm going to add. This is frozen. I tried to thaw it out prior. Yes, I probably shouldn't put a Ziploc bag in the microwave. Calm down. It's all right. Never, Nikki. Never. I'm just going to go ahead and eat this whole bowl. That is rotisserie chicken. Oh my gosh, you guys. That soup is in flippin' insane. It's really good with hot sauce drizzled over the top, but I'm cutting out nightshades for a bit from my diet to see if it helps with my inflammation, because I noticed this weekend, the weekend before, I had lasagna, or whatever day I made it with y'all. I think maybe it was Monday. I had lasagna, which had a lot of tomato sauce in it, and I had 3 servings of it over the course of 2 days. And I broke out with a super bad rash, and I had very bad inflammation. So it makes me think that maybe it's nightshades, but I'm going to try to cut out nightshades and see what happens. So I'm not having nightshades right now, which means no hot sauce for me, no gojis, no more gojis. If that's the case, goji berries are a nightshade. So I would put hot sauce on it typically, but right, that would be a bad idea, Tracy, to have this whole bowl in one sitting. But I will have this as an E some days with maybe some sprouted toast. Yes, please do not put Ziploc bags into your microwave. It's probably not good. Nightshades, Terry. Hold on, you guys. My battery's dying. Hold on. I'm not sure I fully understand the definition of a nightshade. I think I don't understand fully the night part of it, but I know they're flowering. So tomatoes are nightshades. Peppers, bell peppers are nightshades. Paprika, because it's made from bell peppers, is nightshades. Goji berries are nightshades. Potatoes, white potatoes, sweet potatoes are not, but white potatoes are white potatoes are nightshades. Eggplant is a nightshade. Tomatoes, the biggest ones are tomatoes for me. Tomatoes, peppers, and white potatoes, or yellow potatoes. Any potato. So this is just shredded. This is just shredded rotisserie chicken. This is I go to Sam's Club and I buy 3 to 4 rotisserie chickens at once because they're $5. And I come home and I pick them into piles. Ew, that's like a vein. Yuck. I pick them into piles. White meat, dark meat, and I freeze them. I freeze the dark meat in a bag, and it says S, and then I freeze the white meat in a different bag, and it says fuel ball. So I'll save the rest of that. We'll have it I don't know, actually. I'll make chicken salad sandwiches later for the fam. I'll just put a little chicken in there. I think I'm going to throw that back in the microwave. My soup is cooled off. But there, that's enough for chicken salad sandwiches for the family. A little chicken in my soup. You don't have to put the chicken in there. You can put it in later. Do I eat the skin of what? Of potatoes, Terry? Or what? Do I ever eat the skin of what? Oh, the skin of the chicken. Yes. Yeah, I do. I put that in the S, but we usually eat it while we're picking the chicken, Marin and I. Piece for you, piece for me, piece for you, piece for me. Yeah, I always eat the skin. It's the best part. And then, after I pick the chicken and freeze it, I put all the bones in here with some water and I cook it on high for 3 hours and it comes out and the bones are just mush. And then I drain it. I strain it really well, throw the bone mush away, put the liquid in the fridge and let it get cold and all the fat comes to the top. I scrape off all the fat and throw it away. And then I have gorgeous gelatin beef broth. Beef. It's amazing. I make beef broth out of chickens. You ever heard of such a thing? No. I have gorgeous collagen-filled chicken bone broth. Look at this. Do you see the jiggle factor there? Okay, I'm not talking about me. I'm talking about this. Do you see this jiggle factor? See it? That is collagen. Gorgeousness, okay? Gorgeous chicken beef broth for 20 bucks, okay? 4 chickens for 20 bucks. I get usually 3 to 4 meals at least in the freezer of chicken, and I feed it to the family, like the whole family, 3 to 4 meals. So that's, say we have 4 meals, so 12 individual meals out of 20, so 20 bucks. I get 4 meals for the family, 2 big quarts of bone broth, and all that skin. Yeah. So for 20 bucks. All right, there we go. There's my soup. I hope this inspired you to go make a weird Trimmy Bisque that makes you go, eh. Soup that makes you go, eh. Not things that make you go, Soup that makes you go, eh. Because I'm telling you right now, you are going to find a new favorite. Try out these Trimmy Bisques, you guys. They are phenomenal. Ironically, I eat a lot of soup in the spring and summer and not a lot of soup in the winter. Don't ask me why. Do you use the broth in exchange of bouillon? Yes. So like if this soup had called for chicken broth, Terry, I would have used that. Sometimes I'll just have a cup of it as an afternoon snack. Sometimes I will just do that. And it's really great. All right, my friends. Yes. The soup is a fuel pull. The chicken broth is a fuel pull. Everything is a fuel pull. What sounds backwards? Oh, the way I eat soup? I know it does. Look at this, you guys. Look at the cream factor of this. And there's no dairy. And it's absolutely, oh my gosh. This soup is so ridiculously savory and delicious. I cannot wait to go eat, in which I'm going to go do so. Whoops, sorry. Right now. Thank you for joining. Hope I've inspired you. So, this is Peasant Garden Trimmy Bisque from page 174 of Trim Healthy Table. Everyday Elegance. I love your name. That's me. Everyday Elegance. I don't really fit that definition. Everyday Hot Mess. That's one I haven't tried. Bonnie is the Moroccan. Yeah, Nikki, I'll eat this probably every day this week for lunch. This will be my lunch. Right now, it's going to be my breakfast because it's ready and hot and delicious, and I can't wait till lunch. I'm going to eat it right now. Yep, green beans in it would be good. You put whatever you want in it. Put chunks of whatever you want. I used oolong, Melissa. I put oolong tea. So mine also has a bit of caffeine in it too. I put oolong tea in there because do you know that just drinking 1 cup of oolong tea burns 68 calories? And literally the only thing you have to do is drink it to burn, excuse me, I have the hiccup, 68 calories to drink a cup of tea. I'm going to burn calories eating this soup. That's enough for me to make a recipe. Yes, it does freeze well, Becky. Absolutely it does. All right, my friends, listen, this is your last week to sign up for Holy Healthy Spring. There is a new edition coming to Holy Healthy Spring. Right now, I do a weekly education video that is very motivational and kicks you in the butt and keeps you focused on your goals. It is a motivational education, but I am changing it up a little. I'm going to continue to do a motivational education on Motivate Me Monday, but on Tuesday, we're going to do Teach Me Tuesday, where every Tuesday I am going to do a deeper dive into a core principle of Trim Healthy Mama or nutrition. I am going to do deep dive into light S, deep S, into hormones, into timing, into all the things where it's going to be a very educational moment so that you can really learn this stuff deeply. I want you to be able to just rattle this stuff off. And that is a big part of my coaching, is teaching you, motivating you, keeping you on plan, and getting you to your goals, my friends. And, you know, taking some part of you changing your life the way I have. I mean, I am a different person than I was 3 years ago. And that came with learning and community. And I want you to experience that as well. I don't just say that because this is my job and I'm paid to say so. I say it because I truly mean it. If you know anything about me, you know that I truly want to see women win. I want to see you change your life and find the joy in life that I have. So come join me for Holy Healthy Spring. There are promo codes floating around out there. If you would like a promo code, you let me know. KJ, hook you up. Because guess who's in charge of the promo codes? This girl right here. I get to choose the promo code. So if you need a promo code, hit me up. If you would like a payment plan, there is an option to split the payment for 3 months into 3 payments. The price for 3 whole months in my group. You get education every week, Zoom every week, educational motivational videos every week. You get daily conversation starters. You get access to a community of women that want to love and encourage and support you on Marco Polo. You get daily check-ins. You get meal review. You get all past education. You get a seat in every cooking class that I do. You get a lot. Okay, there is a lot. And it's only $259 for 3 months. That is dirt cheap for 3 months. Yes. Plus, you get access to all of my amazing admins. Except for Bonnie. She's going to be in there to tell you not to drink squaffy. Don't listen to her. Bonnie is amazing. She is an amazing admin, and we love her so much. I love having her in my group. All right, guys. I love you all. Go to my website, joyfullifewithkj.com, to sign up. And I will see you all back tomorrow for Tuesday. Join me at 7 a.m.-ish for devotions. I love you guys. Have a great day. Bye. They said something about holding it down while it blends, so maybe I should have done that. You're gonna come.